did this in the sight of Elohim, who gives life. And he gives life. Well, what did he give people at the covenant? His instructions. Because his instructions, the Torah, is life. Yeshua is life. John 14, Yeshua says, I am life. Right? I am the way, the truth, and life. And so we also know that as the Word, as the walking, talking Torah, the Word is life. The Word is how to live. Many times in Deuteronomy and other places, he says, if you would do these things, do them and you will live. Do them and have life abundantly. So there's a connection there, and it certainly makes sense, that both Yeshua and the Torah give us life. After all, he is the Word made flesh, storing up for themselves a good foundation for the time to come so that they lay a hold. Abba gives you, when he does, he gives you so you can give others. He gives you so that you can be generous. He wants you to be like him. And he gives us everything that we have. He never looks at what he has and says, well, I don't have that much of it. I don't know if I want to give that to you. He has everything, and so he gives everything. We have less than everything, so we give less. But do you give what you can? Do you make the effort to have more so you can? Turning aside from the profane and empty babblings and contradictions of the falsely called knowledge, which some, having professed it, have missed the goal concerning the belief. Favor be with you. Here we go again. Don't get mad at me. Paul said it in chapter 6 earlier. He's saying it here. He says it in other places. There are those out there, even when Timothy was around, who are teaching a mixed mess. Paul is not concerned that Timothy's going to go into Buddhism or Hinduism or something, okay? He's concerned that they will go into some wrong, twisted, mixed version of what he's given him. Can we understand that? Can we agree? He's concerned that Timothy may go into a watered down or confused or mixed version of what he gave him. What does the scripture say? What is revealed belongs to who? You, right? What is revealed belongs to you. What is hidden belongs to who? Him, Elohim. So you have been entrusted. There's a trust relationship here that if I reveal something to you, I'm speaking on behalf of him. If Yahweh's saying basically, if I'm going to trust you with something, this is throughout Scripture, not just when Paul's talking to Timothy. I'm going to reveal something to you. I trust that you will maintain and guard that which is revealed. That's Yahweh's consistently all through Scripture. I'm going to reveal things to you, things that are true and things that are real and things that matter. And then I'm entrusting you to guard them, to do them. Contradictions of falsely called knowledge. So people are claiming this is knowledge. There are people that really claim they're sharing all kinds of important things called knowledge, but it's false. In other words, it's not true. It's contradictory to the truth. He says in verse 21, which some, having professed it, have missed the goal concerning the belief. So what's the goal concerning the belief? That you diligently guard what you should, and you also diligently avoid what you shouldn't. The Torah commands are filled with do's and do nots. And you need to diligently do the do's and don't do the don'ts. But if you're going to go someplace where they're telling you the don'ts are okay to do, and some of the do's are wrong to do, you're in trouble. And some of you are thinking, I'm getting tired of this every week, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Some of you still are challenged in this area. So stop with the every, you know what? You read from Genesis to Revelation, and he says the same thing 400 times. Don't get mad at me for repeating things. Why does he say it so many times? Because nobody's listening. So wherever you go, he wants you to hear it. Well, I don't like hearing it from Ezekiel, so I'm going to go over here and read it in some other place. And guess what? It's there too. Well, I don't like it. It's all in the Tanakh. I'm going to read the Brit. It's there too. You can't run away from it. You can't get away from it. And her teachers, her prophets. Remember what a prophet is. What is a prophet? Somebody who supposedly, in this case they're not, but are supposedly speaking the word of Yahweh with authority. So these are the people that the people think are speaking the word of Yahweh with authority. Pastors, shepherds, rabbis, whatever they're calling themselves, doesn't matter to me. He says, this is a problem though. These people claiming to speak the word with authority, they have coated the truth with a whitewash. In other words, they've just whitewashed over the whole thing. Oh, that's okay, don't worry about that. You don't really have to do that. Or you don't have to do it that way. There's some group today doing the 8th day of Passover. That's what it says on their video. I didn't know there were 8 days of Passover. And I'm glad I didn't, because there aren't. See, Hasatan is, but really isn't, about the church of Satan. He's about the church that you think is real, that it's not. Because Scripture doesn't paint him like the church of Satan. The church of Satan is worshiping this man-made idea of this red-tailed, red-horned devil thing, okay? The real church of Satan is the one that's going to have him look like Messiah Yeshua, look like the Father. His demons look like angels of light to you. You're going to believe it's truth when it's false. When we read this stuff, not all of it's going to apply to you specifically, but you have to be openly searching for, does any of this, even just one piece of it, apply to you? Okay? He's not saying everybody that's a problem is going to be all of these 15 or 20 things or whatever it is. You may just be one of them. Maybe you're just someone who has a problem being reckless. Maybe you're fierce. Maybe you have no self-control. Maybe you're puffed up. Maybe you're a lover of money. Maybe you're whatever, okay? Look for and ask the question, am I any of these things much of the time? Okay? Because if you are, which all of you are to some degree, it's when you have a form of reverence, but you deny its power. You're going to be always learning and never able to come to knowledge, relational understanding of the truth, knowledge of belief, knowledge of truth. Wow. Some of you are bloated with information. I'm serious. You're just literally bloated with information and not applying hardly any of it. You've listened to, watched, read, done all kinds of things to get information. And you are just, filled up to bursting. But are you doing anything with it? What are you doing with it? Do you have a relationship with the truth? You know, it talks about in John 8, right, that you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. Well, it's not talking about information there. You're going to have a relationship with the truth.